Hello and welcome back to Obscured Reality, beaming BS since '89. I'm your host, Stephanie Snideass.
And I'm your host, Mark Mockridge. Tonight, we are bringing you, the viewers, the facts about 3I Atlas, as well as some of the rumors.
Wonderful to hear, Mark. I've been desperately needing some answers and clarity on this. I've been getting nothing but he said, she said type of communication over the past 6 months about it.
Answers and clarity are what I'm going to bring you. Some of them are from he's, some are from she's, some might be from he, she's. We don't know, but we are bringing you the facts. So let's talk about 3I Atlas, the comet 3I Atlas, or the alleged comet 3I Atlas. There's a lot of rumor out there, a lot of speculation, a lot of exaggeration. We're going to bring you the facts, the rumors, the oddities, and we're going to give you our opinion as to what we think is going on, and possibly what else could be going on. Let's get into it. Yes, the Comet 3I Atlas. So it is the only, not the only, but it's only the third confirmed interstellar object that's come into our solar system.
Exactly, though, does interstellar mean?
Interstellar, good question, is not from our solar system. So it has come from somewhere else, outer space, past Pluto. Pluto's no longer a planet to some people, but
I like to consider him an honorary little planet. Poor little guy out there all alone, just hanging by himself.
Be a planet to obscured reality. So interstellar, it's from out of our solar system, way out there. So the first one, believe it or not, was only in 2017 that we know of, and that was Oumuamua. Now, we remember Oumuamua, had some, my tie keeps going out of place.
You should never own a pet snake. You would literally kill yourself out of fear.
I will never own a pet snake. I would like a pet comet, though. And if you've never seen it,
how would you keep that?
I have a pet comet right here. So Oumuamua came through in 2017. Our viewers might recall that. One of the biggest oddities about that was its increase in speed as it went away from the sun. Now, it's not unnatural for that to happen, obviously due to outgassing. However, it sped up more than it was estimated to do so. So it was kind of odd. The second one was in 2019, 2I Borisov. The third one, discovered in 2024, we all know as 3I Atlas. So interstellar objects passing through our solar system are extremely rare. Seeing 3 in under a decade is statistically strange, but no official probability has been assigned. Now, you also have to remember we have newer space-based telescopes and sensors to purposely detect these things. So what we weren't seeing before doesn't mean it wasn't there, right? However, we could, I would assume, see them as they come into our solar system once they're here at a closer range. But these are the only 3 interstellar objects that we know of. Most of the comets come from our own,
solar system,
cloud, things like that. Possibly. So, unusual alignment with the ecliptic plane. And we do have a photo for you, a diagram to show you as well, to help with this. I was confused on some of this myself until I finally heard some specific words. Unusual alignment with the ecliptic plane. 3I Atlas is passing within 5 degrees of the ecliptic plane, which is the flat orbital disk of our planets.
So like when we see a drawing of like all the planets and they're all on the same scale, is that kind of what you're referencing?
Yeah. Okay. Think of a CD, a compact disc, or a record. In the middle where the hole is the sun. And on the CD or on the record going around that sun are our planets.
I'm really sure that'll help our viewers and listeners definitely have a better idea of what we're talking about.
And we're going to show a diagram. That's
even better.
The CD or that record is the plane, the ecliptic plane. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb has publicly estimated the probability of this at roughly 1 in 500. So there's a 1 in 500 chance of the comet coming in less than 5 degrees on the ecliptic plane. In other words, only about 0.2% of randomly inbound interstellar objects should line up this closely with the plane of our solar system. Now, I have wondered, since he's mentioned 1 in 500 chance, and since they're portraying it as such an oddity that it's coming in less than 5 degrees of our ecliptic plane, I've not quite understood why that's so odd. 1 in 500 seems like a pretty high chance. I would have expected 1 in 5,000, 1 in 10,000, something like that.
Yeah.
I've been completely unsure about this. So we have for you a diagram that should much better represent why this is actually so odd. Let's pull it up right now. So you see on the left, let's just look at the left first. We have the galactic plane, 60 degrees, and then I think there's a issue there. That's the plane of our solar system, right? And then we have the plane of the Milky Way. Either way, you see the difference between the two, regardless of which one's representing which, right?
Yeah, okay.
Now, what you see is, let's say this right here, the straight, flat, horizontal line is the Milky Way. This kind of oblong, ovalish one is the solar system, our solar system's plane. Because it's so offset, things coming from our galaxy only have a few spots up and down the sides here on each side, because remember, our solar system's tiny compared to the Milky Way galaxy. So we're somewhere in that whole disk of rotating stars and debris and whatever's in there, right? So somewhere in the middle, right? We only have certain areas where it could actually come in on the actual plane of our solar system. And that's why it's so odd. Look at the one on the right. We again have two planes here. Plane of the solar, we have the galactic plane. Just another diagram. I prefer the one on the left. But either way, you get an idea. And here's kind of what it is. You have the Milky Way here, flat plane. You have our solar system. Our solar system is set in there somewhere. If our solar system plane was even with that of the galaxy, we could pretty much have a comet come into our solar system on the ecliptic plane from any direction. But instead, our solar system's tilted, and then it's tilted some more. So there's only certain edges where it could actually really come in on the ecliptic plane. Now you get the 1 in 500 chance, which now it seems like very low odds. So it makes a little more sense now.
But the fact that we've had 3 now that we know of.
Not on the ecliptic plane.
Okay.
Only 3i Atlas.
Okay.
3 interstellar. 3 interstellar.
But isn't that a rarity in itself?
To our current understanding, yes. But again, as I mentioned, with new space-based systems, telescopes, things like Atlas, well, now we're going to see them. Whereas before, they could have been there. They could have been coming in. We didn't know. So 1 in 500 chance. Its path brings it near multiple planets. So it's not just skimming our ecliptic plane. It's also passing near multiple planets on the way in and on the way out. Based on current projections, it will come comparatively close to Mars at approximately 18 million miles. Let's stop there. 18 million miles seems super far. I've heard other newscasters report that is so far, it's not a big deal. When it comes in terms to, I don't know, hitting anything, yeah, it's far. It's not, there's no danger, right? However, when you look at the solar system as a whole, and you scale that up, scale that down, however you're going to do that, Well, 18 million miles becomes much closer. When you look at the size of the galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, 18 million miles is super close. And then, of course, on a universal scale, you look at the size of the universe, 18 million miles is right next door. It's the house next door. So it is odd it's coming that close because it's coming that close to 3 planets. So the next one is Venus. It's coming within approximately 60 million miles, and then Jupiter on its way out at approximately 33 million miles. Avi Loeb has stated that the odds of an interstellar object lining up this way with multiple planets and the ecliptic plane are extremely low, though no official combined probability has been published. Trajectory suggests a more intentional, air quotes, entry angle.
So aliens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Intentional. That's by design. So aliens or Elon Musk Tesla is coming back. Interstellar visitors. Most interstellar visitors enter the solar system at steep random inclinations. 3i Atlas is coming in on a path that nearly matches the disk of planetary orbits, makes it more likely to pass near planetary bodies, appears more predictive than random. Avi Loeb has hinted this could imply targeting on purposeful trajectory. Not proof, but statistically atypical. Now, it is interesting, but there's something stated in there that is important. If it wasn't on the trajectory to cause it to be within 5 degrees of our ecliptic plane, then it wouldn't be coming close to 3 planets. If it was coming in at a 60-degree angle, well, it'd have a chance at coming close to 1 planet, and that would be it. So most of this is due to its trajectory. These are facts, right?
Right.
So many people are turning it into more than that, though. And for good reason. It could be more. We don't know. So speed and behavior compared to other interstellar objects. Baseline or pre-acceleration speed, pre-acceleration, meaning being sped up by our sun, speed is estimated to be roughly in the same range as Oumuamua and Borisov, about 59,000 to 71,500 miles per hour before being accelerated by the sun's gravity. Post-acceleration speeds for 3i Atlas are estimated at about 137 miles per hour when first observed, and up to 193,000 miles per hour near its Mars encounter. So it should be up to around 193,000 by the time it hit Mars, which it's already come past Mars. It is now currently behind the sun where we can't see it. So by comparison, Oumuamua's baseline was about 58,800 miles per hour with a peak of nearly 196,000 miles per hour near perihelion. Perihelion is when that particular comet is at its closest point to our star, the sun. Borisov's baseline was about 71,500 miles per hour, with peak speeds around 110 miles per hour. Typical comets within our solar system can range from tens of thousands of miles per hour to over 120,000 miles per hour near the sun, with Halley's Comet reaching about 122,000 miles per hour at perihelion. Some researchers have said its brightness, behavior, and reflectivity are odd, including unusual light polarization, a visible anti-tail, which is a sunward coma, a tail or coma coming out towards the sun.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah, signs of an atypical nickel to iron ratio. No confirmed claims of self-illumination or artificial light exist. And that is important because there are tons of claims out there. However, they're not from professionals like Avi Loeb.
Right.
Timing relative to other incoming objects. There has been rising attention on the fact that multiple comets and interstellar candidates have shown up in short succession. The confirmed interstellar objects so far are Oumuamua, Borisov, and 3i Atlas. However, In addition, several long period inbound comets have added to a sense of increased activity, such as C2023A3, C2014 UN 271, and C2020 F3 or Neowise.
I love these
Let
names.
Yes, and let's not forget Swan and Lemon, which are currently coming in and in the solar system as well, maybe just left or leaving now, but at the same time as 3I Atlas. While not an officially acknowledged anomaly, many astronomers, oh, silly newscaster Mark, let me get the tie. Oh,
And that's why the tie sits there.
yes, sir. While not an officially acknowledged anomaly, many astronomers agree.
God, just do it again. Take a lap.
The frequency of unbound or unusual inbound objects entering the system is higher than expected compared to a decade ago. A decade ago, though, we also didn't have the Atlas telescope out there.
Yep.
So, possible straight line or sharp edge reports? There have been circulating rumors of straight edges or linear structures spotted in imaging. A NASA feed allegedly cutting off when such shapes appeared. Nothing confirmed by any observatory or agency yet, though. These claims remain unverified. Now, what this is referring to is the photos we got from the, I believe, Mars rover, one of our land-based
probes,
photography things that's sitting on Mars.
But
The problem is that isn't designed to take photos of comets
I
passing.
was just about to say that it is absolutely not designed to be looking at the sky. It's designed to be taking in information and photos of the terrain. I can't talk now.
Yes. Yeah. You need a tie, Stephanie. Here, you want to borrow mine? No. So that's why. And now when they took the picture of it, you see an elongated piece of light that looks like it has straight edges. And, it's just nothing conclusive there.
It's a true photography. I mean, it does take a little bit of time for the rover to take a picture. So in that time, things moved and that, I hit the computer. That, creates a time expanse that, will show up as a longer light than what it is. I mean, I definitely feel like people don't know that fact or look over it as a chance to use it as almost a cherry pick to fit their narrative. What do you think about that?
Yep. That's what a lot of people are doing. They're cherry picking to fit a narrative, kind of exaggerating and changing some of the facts. And, we'll get there in a minute. Because a lot of these oddities are odd and are very interesting, but there's probably reasons for it.
I mean, they are interstellar objects. I mean, we've had 3 of them. There is absolutely no way of getting our hands on them to do a full diagnostic study about their molecular breakdown. So we can only, work with what we know, which is not too much. But
right.
These items probably not items. These, bodies from interstellar definitely probably react way differently because they're made chemically completely different than what we have in our solar system.
So that's one of the issues with the brightness they've seen in the different types of outgassing
and the forward
nickel versus iron and all that, and it shouldn't be there the way that's there. You got to remember, this is interstellar, right? It's from outer space. Third one we've actually been able to see because of newer technology. So you can imagine a comet coming from tens of thousands of years ago from somewhere else, and probably hundreds of thousands of years ago from somewhere else. Who knows what that came from, what it broke off of, if it broke off of, what it's made out of. Maybe it's 100% ice. Imagine something coming in from space so large, slamming into our planet where it would be a catastrophe. Pretty much all life is gone. The Earth is destroyed and just chunks going everywhere out into space. Imagine in the Arctic or the Antarctic, just huge chunks of ice just going, well, they're not going to melt till they get near a star.
Mhm.
And they're going away from our star. There's going to be some off-gassing, right? And then boom, they just keep going on the trajectory they were sent off in. They're going to be out there forever. And once they come near some other solar system, start approaching the sun, a star at that solar system, off-gassing, and it's going to look different. It could be just a big chunk of ice.
Mhm.
Now, 3i Atlas is not just a big chunk of ice,
Right.
but you get my point. So,
Yep.
facts. Proven or publicly stated facts. 1 in 500 chance coming within 5 degrees of the ecliptic plane, as we know that's from Avi Loeb.
Mhm.
Implied but not formally calculated, extremely low odds of an interstellar object aligning with the ecliptic, passing near multiple planets, and approaching in a low inclination orbit. No official number exists, but Avi Loeb has used words like statistically unlikely and worth investigating. And I agree. So, in summary, 3i Atlas is only the third confirmed interstellar object in human history. It's passing unusually close to the plane of our planets, within 5 degrees, which Loeb again estimates as 1 in 500 chance. It is passing unusually close to the planes of our planets, right? It's also lining up with multiple planets along its path, which is rare and not expected from random inbound interstellar trajectories. The trajectory is flatter and more aligned with the solar system's structure than typical interstellar objects. Its baseline speed is comparable to Oumuamua and Borisov, and post-acceleration speeds have reached up to 193,000 miles per hour. There are no confirmed visuals of artificial light, straight lines, or structural edges, but rumors exist. The cluster of recent interstellar visitors and long period comets adds to the sense that something is off, even if no one is assigned an official probability to that. So, those are the facts and some of the rumors, and we can see where things kind of go awry here. Here's something else to think of, okay? Again, facts. The closest solar system to our own solar system, right?
Andromeda.
Is Andromeda.
Mhm.
Andromeda. Yes, it's just over 4 light years away, folks. Let's just call it 4 light years. 4 light years. What's a light year? A light year is how long it takes you to go a certain distance if you're traveling at the speed of light.
It is a major part of Einstein's theory of relativity.
Yes.
Yes.
So, how far you go when traveling at the speed of light. Okay. So 1 light year means if something's a light year away, it will take you 1 year as we know it on Earth, 365 days, 12 months. It will take you 1 full year to get there if you're traveling at the speed of light. How fast is the speed of light? Do you know? Without looking.
No.
Stephanie Snideass, we are at work off of your
I actually
device.
know. Was looking at how far. I was looking at how far away Andromeda actually was, and it was 2.537 million light years away. But I mean,
Andromeda is just over 4 light years away. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Anyways, the speed of light. Do you have a rough idea how fast that is? Take a guess. If any of you know out there.
Fast enough to turn you into a beam of light when you hit it.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
The speed of light, folks, as unbelievable as this is, look it up. This is a fact. 670 million miles per hour.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be wild.
And some people think we might be able to achieve that someday. No. Maybe. I think life will be gone before that's ever even possible, so if it is possible.
Here's the thing. I just got to interject this real fast. When it comes to traveling, I believe I was listening to, Neil talk about this, deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes.
Oh, yes. We need to have him on our newscast someday. That would be amazing.
I would literally shit kitten so fast. I would be in awe. Anyways, he was speaking
Now,
about the theory.
Stephanie, our producers are ringing me right now. Yes, they said you need to watch your language. And fuck them if they're going to call you out. I have your back.
I appreciate
Let's continue.
that. So I was listening to him talk about, again, the speed of light and traveling at the speed of light and how far away, how long it would take to get there, speed of light years versus years that have passed on Earth. And just simply to take a trip to Andromeda, say it takes us 2 years to get there, 2 light years or 4 light years, let's say, and then we spend a year there and come back. The amount of time that's passed is, depending on how many light years you think it is away, anywhere between 5 to 9 light years have passed. So what? You've aged, 5 to 9 years, but when you come back to Earth, because you were traveling at the speed of light, everything is just gone. Humanity gone. Life is reset.
Technically time travel, but not.
Exactly. And that's what he was talking about. Like a majority of the theory of relativity, of Einstein's theory of relativity.
Relativity. I prefer the word relativity.
Relativity. Yes, because you're starting to rub off on me. It's all relative. And irregardless.
Well, if you were sitting right next to me, I wouldn't have to rub you. Little Stephanie Snideass, I prefer to stay away from things I don't understand. Like if I travel 1 light year away and come back,
it was just really
20 seconds have passed.
Way more than that.
What
I'm really kind of crazy thinking about just the humans thinking that we'll be able to ever get there, but
here's what I've found from talking to people is that most people don't know what the actual speed of light is. And rightly so. They have no need to. But once you hear it and think about it for 2 seconds, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't see any space travel out of our solar system without a portal or wormholes, if that is even ever possible.
Beam me up, Scotty, because that's the only way this is going to happen.
The producers did just ring me and said, I can use the internet once to look up Andromeda. I don't know why I came up with something else, but 2.5 million light years. That's insane. So let's just cut Andromeda out. I heard Andromeda was the closest to us.
It is.
Yes.
So that is correct.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So let's think of it like this. 3i Atlas we know is coming from outer space. And this is to all the folks out there who might think it's definitely alien technology. Number one, if it is alien technology, there's no life on it. It's completely automated. I'm going to tell you why. Let's say Andromeda was 4 light years away. Silly, stupid me. Let's just assume something. Let's say 3i Atlas came from a planetary object that was only 4 light years away. At the current speed it's traveling, which is 130,000 miles per hour, guess how long it would take to reach us at
millions
its
of years.
Current speed, over 20,000 years. So that's interesting. Now there is one other oddity that is a fact.
Probe.
Well,
sorry, Chinese spy probe.
There's all sorts of problems with that technology and maintaining that technology from so far away over that period of time.
Or is it
lost in space?
Or is it?
It's a problem.
To us.
Well, it depends. But there's one other fact.
That's putting our own human stipulations upon another alien,
course.
race that we had known nothing about.
And we have to.
I would like to believe
choice at this point.
I'd like to believe that Men in Black is a thing, and we could be wrong, and they really just could be like light beings that exist on a totally different
thing.
That they're just light beings that exist on a different plane of frequency. We just can't see them.
Yeah. Well, there's one other fact that is very odd about 3i Atlas. If we remember back in the 70s, I believe 1977, we heard something called the wow signal. Now, the wow signal is called the wow, W-O-W signal, because the person that first saw it, however that came about to be to that person.
Yep.
Said, wow,
on the paper.
they're an astrophysicist. They knew what they were looking at and doing, and they knew this was nothing that's ever been heard before. We heard it once. We could never find it again. We've still been watching for it up to this day and nothing. Well, that came from the area of Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius is nothing special, right? It's a constellation of stars. It's nothing more than a pattern humans have picked out from our perspective on Earth. None of those stars or solar systems that make up Sagittarius have anything to do with each other. Some are as close as maybe, I believe, around 6 light years away. Some are over 80 light years away. And maybe we should look that up, because maybe it's on the million scale and I'm just wrong again. Let's see. How far is Sagittarius? 26,000 light years. There's different stars there. There's some that are very close. There's some that are around millions of light years away, in the 50s, in the 80s plus. It just depends. So imagine if the wow signal came from somewhere within Sagittarius. It doesn't mean it originated there. We just detected it coming from that direction through the space that makes up Sagittarius. Well, 3i Atlas came from within 9 degrees of that wow signal. So that is very interesting.
And here's why. Let's talk about a scale, all 360 degrees. That's so small.
Yeah.
Little sliver of a pie there.
And here's the thing. It's not like it would be unexpected to have a comet come from the direction of Sagittarius. Obviously, it came from way behind Sagittarius somewhere. We don't know where, we don't know when. It could have passed up to 25 other solar systems before it ever got here. But it's been out there for probably millions of years.
That would be cool.
But think about this. If the closest star to us that makes up part of Sagittarius is 6 light years away, that would take 3i Atlas at its current speed of 130,000 miles per hour over 30,000 years to get here. So if there's a relation to the wow signal, if there's a relation at all to some magnificent event that just blew chunks out, a star imploded and boom, and however that works, well, we haven't seen any light showing us that yet. So 3i Atlas is probably millions of years old. Now, when you talk on a scale of life being on board 3i Atlas, if 3i Atlas was a piece of manufactured alien technology, the life would most likely be dead. You'd be talking about life that could live forever, man, almost forever. And what's the chances of that? We know on Earth we have some very strong life, like cockroaches, that can survive almost anything. However, a cockroach isn't going to be able to think of a spaceship and build it and do what it needs to do to manufacture that, get it in space, and fly the damn thing.
I feel like you just came up with an awesome plot line for a 80s sci-fi movie.
Yes, I'm sure there's plenty. It's probably already been done.
Not with cockroaches. Not with cockroaches.
Yes. Nah. Folks, all you have to do is watch Netflix. You'll find something. Unfortunately, I can't name 2 of them I want to on here.
Can we generalize the name?
No, I actually don't remember the names. It would be the general, opening and premise of one of them and opening of another.
Okay.
Pretty interesting. Very lame, though.
Yeah.
So you see how odd it is that you have the wow signal in 77. It is very odd, and we never detected it again or anything like it. You have 3i Atlas's comet coming from within 9 degrees of the wow signal, but what makes that really odd is all the oddities with 3i Atlas. You have the wow signal that it's in and of itself is very, very weird. Then you have this comet, which isn't weird that a comet's coming in or from that direction. What's weird is this comet has a lot of oddities, enough that a professional astrophysicist is calling it out as, hey, it's probably just a comet, but we need to keep our eyes on it. if that makes sense.
Mm.
So who knows? So Stephanie,
Yes.
let's turn it over to you. We've gone over a lot of information here on 3i Atlas, speeds, which are normal, but a lot of the oddities, right?
Mhm.
The less than 5 degrees of the ecliptic plane, coming close to 3 planets, which is explainable because it's coming in on the ecliptic plane.
Yeah.
We have another oddity that they're saying is odd. I don't find odd, and it's that at perihelion, when 3i Atlas is at its closest to our star, the sun, Earth will be on the backside of the sun. So we can't see it at that point. I don't find that specifically odd. I think it's only being called out because there's life on our planet and not the other planets in our solar system. But just another oddity. We have the WOW signal. We have this coming from a similar direction of the WOW signal. We have all these things going on. To our current knowledge, it's a comet. Tons of info here. What do you take from any of this, if anything at all?
I find it incredibly interesting that this is the third known interstellar object that has come into our solar system that we can observe.
That we know of course.
And that's what I said, that we are aware of.
Yeah.
That we're able to observe. I do find it very weird. Yes. Do I find it weird enough to be like, alien probe? No. I do chalk all of the oddities up to us just not knowing enough about the origins of anything interstellar outside of our, solar system. Obviously, we barely know anything outside of, the asteroid belt. So
yeah.
So I feel like it's just a lot of really cool things that may actually not be all that random to interstellar objects that are just happen to be random to us, because this is one of the few recordable times that we've been able to notate it all. But
agreed.
But alien? No, like you said, it just based on also everything, the facts, the PFEs. There can be no other. The life is probably microorganisms and microbes and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you specified a very important acronym, PFE. The PFEs, proof, facts, and evidence.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking at things like this, you have to go with the PFEs. Mm-hmm. What's the proof? Is there any? What's the facts? What's the evidence? What's really happening? 3i Atlas, as of now, it's just a comet.
A pretty damn cool.
It's just a comet that to us seems very odd because we're not used to seeing things that are most likely from a ridiculous distance away. However, other comets coming in literally the same time, a little more odd. But we haven't seen this in the past. And like I said, with them coming this close, we would see them once they're in. So it has to make one wonder, have we seen these and actually seen comets in our solar system before that were actually interstellar? We just didn't know they were interstellar. However, also keep in mind, they can tell from its trajectory whether it is bound to the sun or not, meaning on some type of orbit around the sun. It might go out of our solar system, but continuously comes back every few thousand years, 100 years, whatever it is. They can tell just from the trajectory. So even with the trajectories, this is only the third one we know of, and within the last less than 10 years now.
I mean, Sir Isaac Newton literally invented, calculus at the rate in which you learn it in school, calculus and physics. So no, just calculus. And so we I want to say that we've had the formulas for a long time and they're tried and they're true, but maybe we're going to find that one thing one day just that doesn't fit our formulas.
Yeah. Well, I am really hoping that we are not, and I kind of hope we are. I think we need a change. But I really hope we're not coming into an area of space where from some event long ago somewhere else, lots of big things are now coming in. However,
was thinking about that as well. Yeah.
However, what they do say, well, Avi Loeb is they and others, is that we should have seen thousands and thousands of much smaller comets, interstellar, coming in before seeing ones as large as these. That is another oddity to this whole mess that has to make you wonder. However, we would need more data. We'd need more info and be able to ask questions to someone like Avi Loeb to see exactly where he's coming from on that. Because again, 1 in 500 chance of this comet coming in on the ecliptic plane, but it wasn't explained by him, at least not that the producers told me until recently, that he actually explained why.
They should have told you that in the first
such a low chance. Yep. So this is it. It's not going to be a catastrophic event that we know of. Now, though, what we do have to watch out for is when it should be coming around and coming back into view on the other side of the sun. Keep in mind, it's going around one way. We're coming around the other way. We're kind of coming towards it.
Yeah.
It'll already be past when we come around. We'll be able to get a good view of it. If it doesn't come around when expected and we're still going around and it still hasn't come out yet, that's when you need to worry. Regardless of what anyone says, that's when you need to start thinking maybe it's odd. But again, thousands and thousands and thousands, probably millions of years in space coming from the next closest place, probably not a manufactured alien artifact. And if it is, it's dead. There's just no way. Now you can argue, well, they probably traveled at light speed. And at that point, I would argue you'd be having to travel at orders of magnitude larger than light speed to make that travel distance in any acceptable time frame for life to live continuously. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
Proof, facts, evidence. All the evidence points to comet. We have proof. It's not acting too odd, other than trajectory, which is causing it to come by 3 planets, those types of things. We are seeing oddities and off-gassing, but it's interstellar, guys. We don't know what it's made of. So, yeah. Do you have any final words?
Nope. Just can't wait for it to come back around so that we can hopefully get another view of it and maybe obtain some more data.
Well, there is more data. They have not shown us yet, just so you know.
I'm so not surprised.
Days after the rover, whatever it is we have on Mars,
the Mars rover,
the picture where everyone's talking about the straight edges on this thing. They had to wait a few more days for something that was a satellite that's in orbit around Mars to get a picture of it, and they have. However, NASA's not released that, and allegedly the reason why is due to the current government shutdown. That's interesting. And these are things that don't help when it comes to conspiracy theories being created. But we don't deal with conspiracy theories here on Obscured Reality in a this is proof format. More in a funny format.
Yes.
So with that being said, those are the actual facts on 3i Atlas, the comet that is barreling towards nothing and going by everything. We're not going to die. It's not going to hit us. It's not going to hit Jupiter. There's not going to be alien probes, people.
I actually would love to see something hit Jupiter because it's a gaseous planet.
Well, when 3i Atlas passes, it's coming very close to Jupiter. Think about this. Since we don't know what exactly this is made of, we don't know exactly why some of the off-gassing is more than it should be. We don't know why some of the elements coming out are more than expected and others are less than expected. We don't know what it's made of. So when this thing comes around the sun and passes it, it's going to start more off-gassing from the back. As those things in the back of it heat up, maybe it won't have enough off-gassing and maybe it'll slow down. So as Jupiter passes, this thing's, I believe, is coming right behind Jupiter, not in front of, but Jupiter, Atlas right behind it. as it comes behind it, if this doesn't have enough off-gassing, could the sun actually, the gravity from our star, actually slow it down? Yes. Could it speed it up by off-gassing? Yes. If it speeds it up enough, what are the chances that it could impact Jupiter? It's not coming that far from Jupiter. A bit more speed or a little more slow, you could have a possible impact. Now,
I'd like to see
maybe it potentially wouldn't be feasible for it to off gas enough to speed it up to hit it, or enough. Maybe it has enough speed where the sun's gravitational pull won't slow it down enough to impact. We don't know. We don't know what it's made of.
Nope.
So I think it's the change humans want. I think it's the change planet Earth needs. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get that change. With that said, this has been Obscured Reality. We have been beaming bullshit since 1989, right along with Bob Lazar. And here.
This is Stephanie Snideass, and we're signing off. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.